Everyone talks about the broken script, God mod, and all the other Minecraft horror mods that are flat out overrated. But what if I told you hidden under all the garbage mods that somehow keep trending, there is countless hidden gems that are sometimes not only scarier, but also more creative than whatever bullshit is trending. So I've gathered the most underrated horror mods, some published early as the creation of Minecraft horror itself, and I'll be reviewing and ranking them. I couldn't even believe how crazy some of these mods were, so make sure to stick around to find out. Okay, so the first underrated mod on this list is actually going to shock a lot of you. Unknown Null. Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like. This is the Null. This is the same Null entity from the broken script, but it was first. The broken script pretty much ripped this mod. It had all the error block corrupting features. It had the same Null, basically. All the broken script did is just add a lot more stuff. And I think the mod creator really dropped the bag when he made this, because you saw the absolute success of the broken script. So if this guy just locked in, he really could have had something going for him here. I think the perfect tier to put Unknown Null in is had potential. I mean, that's really all there was to it. Next underrated mod on the list is called Red's Anomaly. It comes from an ARG Minecraft video, and I don't know if I'm stupid, but I didn't realize this mod had so many downloads. Like 1 million is absolutely crazy, because I don't even think that many people have heard of this mod. So there's multiple dudes that keep spawning in. There's the little white eyes that keep glowing. You know, it's not just a dweller, it's more of a anomaly type of thing, and it kind of teleports around, makes your screen black, whatever, does all the basic shenanigans. I mean, I guess the coolest part about this mod is just the idea where it came from. It actually came from like a Minecraft video. So I'm gonna put the Red's Anomaly in creepy but slept on. Dawn of the Flood is, you know, your typical infection mod, but I think it does a lot of things so much better than any other infection mod out there. If you play this mod with guns and a bunch of stupid friends, this mod is actually really entertaining. Eventually, after you play the game long enough and the infection has taken over your world, there will even be some crazier beefed up dudes who can like explode and shit. I think Dawn of the Flood is almost mainstream worthy, but because it's not, you know, your traditional horror mod, I think that the Dawn of the Flood is criminally unknown. The obstruction mod is another, you know, stalker entity type thing. He disguises as a Mojang employee that's trying to help you or something like that. In reality, he's probably trying to touch you. Also, one of the coolest parts about this mod, it adds another dimension. So I always love mods that do that. But overall, it's a pretty balanced mod. It's pretty solid. I don't hear really anyone talking about it. And I think that the obstruction is just criminally unknown, because, you know, if it just had a bit more to the mod. Now, this next mod is part of the reason I honestly made this underrated mods video. This is the Psychopath. It only has 14,000 downloads, but trust me, this is one of the best horror mods you'll ever play. The Psychopath will start out stalking you, starts very slow, but as the days go by, he will get more and more aggressive. And if you're unfortunate enough to encounter the Psycho, you only have two options. Run, obviously just run as fast as you can. There's a feature where while he's chasing you, you can't build or break blocks, so you really have to get your cardio in. Or fight. He is still a human, just with a giant chainsaw, so you can try to kill him, but it's not going to be easy. I think that this mod is insanely underrated. Like, coupled with the few other mods, Psychopath is honestly our first mainstream worthy of the video. Next, we have the Can't Breathe mod. Now, this one is actually an older one, which was played a lot, but it got a new update, and for some reason, nobody seemed to want to play it. Can't Breathe is this creepy little red dude. He used to be black. I think he's like biracial or something. He will spawn very rarely, so he won't be in your face all the time. And if you get caught looking at him, he's gonna do one of three things. He'll either run away like a little bit, he'll just crouch and stare at you like some type of nonce, or he'll just run full speed at you like a complete psychopath, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. So I think the most fitting tier for the Can't Breathe is Forgotten Bangers. Okay, this next mod on the list is going to be very similar to something that's really popular right now. Everyone has already heard of the God mod, but the God mod couldn't exist without the God of Roadkill. The God of Roadkill was literally first. It has basically all the same mechanics. It even has God in its name too. They both have a system where there's some type of karma thing. If you kill wildlife in the God of Roadkill, it's the same thing as the God mod. They almost have the same name, for God's sake. And everyone has seen the absolute success of the God mod. The God of Roadkill could have easily had double that success. I think it's honestly a more well-designed mod. It's not just some big entity that just flies down in your face. The God of Roadkill actually has other really, cool abilities. It doesn't just one-tap you. But for some reason, the mod creator just stopped updating it. It got published, and I think it got updated once, like a week later, and then he didn't touch it. Bro, it got 100,000 downloads. Why are we not updating this? The God of Roadkill is just underrated because, it's just forgotten history. No one has talked about this anymore. So the God of Roadkill is going in, had potential. Okay, the next underrated mod is going to be the Playmate. I'm sure a few of you have actually heard of this one. This mod had a really interesting concept. It wasn't just a dude who tries to kill you. There's actually like a little mini game that he does. I think he's the only horror entity that will try to play hide and seek with you. And you're not stuck as the hider. You actually have to seek him too. When you haven't slept 3 days in your world, the hide and seek game will start. The hiding role, you just have to hide in a dark corner, and if you manage to survive 60 seconds, you will win. Now, on the other hand, if you're seeking the Playmate, you have to find him not once, not twice, but 3 times before the timer runs out. The monster itself is a really cool design, and I really like the mini game mechanic that they added. I think that's very unique, but they just, kind of stopped updating it. I get it. The Playmate is just going to be a classic, forgotten banger. Okay, so this next mod is a juicy one. It is probably the most underrated mod on this list, as I think it only has like 2,000 downloads. The It's Not Real mod is very similar to the broken scripts. It's Not Real will turn you absolutely insane, and I think it does a better job of doing that than the broken scripts. It adds a close your eyes feature, same from the shut your eyes mod. There's multiple, let's just say, anomalies that the mod adds to your world. My personal experience with this thing has been insane. I don't even have words to describe it. I really don't want to spoil much of this. Since no one on YouTube has really uploaded this mod yet, I think this is the best time. Go ahead, download It's Not Real. Just start a normal world, do your normal things. Trust me, this is way scarier than the broken scripts. Let me know your guys' review on this mod whenever you decide to play it, but the It's Not Real is going in mainstream worthy. Okay, our final mod on this list is a bit of a different one because it's actually a mod pack, but this was made a long time ago, and it was the first taste that we got of the similar style, VHS, ARG type mods that we have today. The MCSX mod, or however you say it, basically brings you into a PS1 looking Minecraft world. And this mod isn't just completely in your face, just monsters everywhere, dragons flying across the screen. No, this mod takes a lot longer. It is probably one of the slowest ones on this list to actually see something. So whenever you just play a normal world, PS1 graphics, it's a vibe. Eventually, you're gonna start noticing that there's some weird things happening with your world. And by the time you realize, it's already too late. I think the PS1 mod is really slept on. It was one of those where it was the pioneers of the kind of mods that we have today. So I'm gonna put the PS1 mod in criminally unknown. Also, don't you dare think I forgot about him. Pure dog shit!